If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button to stay on top of the market news. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMtrading. Today's November 3rd, Super Tuesday, 2020. And so the highlights of the day, obviously the U.S. election. So it's coming up today. It's going to happen the whole day, starting from 4 o'clock South African time, going into probably about 2 a.m. South African time. That should be the biggest part of the U.S. election. So looking at the markets, we're going to first start out with the Forex symbols. The U.S. dollar is pretty much unchanged going into this election day. The Dow Jones and the NASDAQ continue to what we call rally into this election day. And that's historic. We spoke about it in the Facebook Live yesterday. Gold rallies to resistance, oil rallies on optimism. And lastly, looking at the stocks, it's kind of like a mixed bag. We're seeing some weakness in the big tech, but if we look at old school stocks, they did rally with some strength yesterday. So I'm going to take a look at that as well. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So in this type of market, expect the unexpected, okay? That's always the case when you're trading election day. Anything can happen, really. So take that into account. So if you do take some positions today and you do anticipate some volatility, which we will anticipate some volatility, just be careful, okay? Because it could play against you during the day. Now, looking at the Forex symbols, starting out with the euro, we are trading at that bottom range. We did bounce a little bit yesterday, but nothing really to write home about. I mean, pretty much unchanged there. Looking at the Aussie dollar as well, we're in a very tight range. However, when we jump into the commodities, looking at gold, okay, gold rallied to resistance-ish level, 1896, and then give it up a little bit, okay? And this is really taking a little bit of a defensive as we go into today's election. Okay, so I do think that people are taking more of a defensive. Now, looking at oil also rallying big yesterday to 36 from $33 a barrel. Okay, that is a decent rally there. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, that's a daily chart. You don't want to see that, but if we look at a 4-hour chart, you'll see that we did rally up to this range, okay, to the 27,000-ish level, okay? Now, I do expect the further rally today. Maybe it will hit this 27,230, which would be midpoint from our high of 28,600 to our low of 26,100, which would make sense. Okay, so that's something I'm looking into today as a possible rally-ish level. Okay, looking at the NASDAQ also, we did bounce from our low of 10,946. Remember, we broke 11,000. That's significant. Now, when we look at the individual stocks, we see Apple pretty much weak on its bottoms, 106, not bouncing. Facebook as well, giving up that rally last week after it came out with earnings. And Microsoft staying a little bit strong. And the reason I say staying a little bit strong is because it's trading at the 200-ish level, not breaking it. Okay, so something may, if we do break these areas, that is significant. Now, looking at Alcoa, you see a different story here. You see strength. Okay, so going in today, you know, we're at that resistance-ish level. If we look at JP Morgan, also trading up to $100 yesterday and then giving it up a little bit. So there's a little bit of a mixed bag. And the reason there's a mixed bag is because the representation of how Trump's economy and how Biden's economy looks like is completely different. And obviously, there's going to be massive differences about it. We spoke about it in the webinar. We're also going to speak about it today on the live event. You could ask questions there as well, and schedule at 12:30 South African time. Just go to our Facebook page, CMtrading on Facebook, and we'll be discussing and answering questions there as well. So today is a massive day. Just be careful, okay? The markets could go either way, to tell you the truth. There is a historic rally that happens on election day. Happened in 2016, happened in 2012, happened in 2008. Okay, you're further and further. Okay, so there is something called the election day rally. We did rally yesterday over 400 points before the market opened, 200 points altogether, about 600 points, which was due, okay, for also the fact that we sold off 2,000 points. Okay, so from our high of 28,600 of last month in October, we're up, okay, we're down only about 1,400 points in the Dow Jones. So, you know, again, I can't emphasize this enough. Take precaution. There will be some moves. There'll be obviously more moves towards the end of the day. Okay, South African time, probably around 11 o'clock 10 o'clock South African time, because that's when most of the voting will be collected. And we'll discuss further, like I said, in the Facebook page. So we'll see you then. Thank you, everybody, and have a great trading day.